Familia, did y'all hear about this? Cubanos that have historically supported the Republican Party and have been pretty outspoken about supporting Trump are now more vulnerable than ever.
Stand up, Miami Cubans. Stand up and take a round of applause for playing yourself.
I just heard the news about the humanitarian protection being canceled. I hate that for the Nicaraguans.
Breaking news, because this just happened a couple hours ago. The Supreme Court ruled, and it is going to allow Trump and his administration to strip the humanitarian parole of...
Mi gente, I haven't done one of these in a while. Between the Cuban Adjustment Act and then when they started, when they took away their refugee.
So all the Cubans for Trump down in Florida and everywhere else. Trump just had the Supreme Court revoke your immunity.
Familia, did y'all hear about this? Cubanos that have historically supported the Republican Party and have been pretty outspoken about supporting Trump are now more vulnerable than ever. But let's talk about this. For many decades, people that had left Cuba came to the United States and were protected from deportations. Their anti-Castro, anti-communist perspective, anti-socialist aligned very well with the Republican Party, and they embraced that identity when they arrived to places like Florida. But under the current administration, many protections that existed have been revoked, and many people in that community are facing fear and uncertainty about what's going to happen next. Honestamente, I know for many folks it's gonna be hard to feel bad because in many ways they were asking for this for other communities, and it makes sense that they feel betrayed because they were supporting this, not expecting it to affect them. Let me add one more thing. Cuban exiles in the United States are not a monolith, so of course not all of them were pro-deportation, but the ones that were happen to be the louder voices. I know many people in the community that have been talking about this aren't going to feel any sympathy, essentially saying they effed around and found out. I for one think it's sad. The idea of people losing their livelihood and being deported is just inhumane. But I want this to be a conversation. Familia, what do you all think about this? Do you have sympathy or not? Let me know.
Breaking news, because this just happened a couple hours ago. The Supreme Court ruled, and it is going to allow Trump and his administration to strip the humanitarian parole of 500,000 people from 4 countries. A protection that was in place to keep them from being deported is being stripped, and it is going to result in at least 500,000 people being deported who come from 4 countries. Do you want to guess what one of those countries is? The very first one listed? Cuba. Donald Trump and his administration are revoking the protection of thousands of Cubans. Without that protection, those Cubans do not have legal asylum in the United States. And the Trump administration is going to deport thousands of Cubans and send them back to Cuba. They told you that Barack Obama was Fidel. They told you that Hillary Clinton was Fidel. They told you that Bernie Sanders was Fidel. They told you that Joe Biden was Fidel. They told you that Kamala Harris was Fidel. And you believed them. And now, Donald Trump, who needed your vote to get elected, is going to deport Cubans back to Cuba. Myself and others said this would happen, but I'm not here to say I told you so. I'm not here to celebrate this. My heart is broken. I'm a white boy, but I'm from Florida, and I have spent so much of my life around wonderful Cuban people. I have fallen in love with your food and your music and your culture. And then I watched a political party in my country weaponize very legitimate, real fears that you have and lie to you and tell you that if you didn't vote for them, what happened in Cuba would happen to you here. And you did. And now they're sending some of you back to that place because they only cared about your vote and they don't actually care about you.
Miami Cubans are speaking out and they are not happy. They voted for Trump, but now he's ending the very program that helped many of their families stay in the US. This is real and people are feeling betrayed. So let's get into it. Let's kindly watch these trending videos. All credits to the owners. We come back with more commentary.
I just heard the news about the humanitarian protection being canceled. I hate that for the Nicaraguans Venezuelans and the Haitians. I love y'all. I'm from Fort Pierce. I love y'all to pieces. And I rock with y'all. Baby, whatever you need me to do, you let me know what I can do to help. But them Cubans from Miami, y'all can get the fuck out of here. You ain't never heard me talk about going to Miami to visit. All my family from that area is gone from Miami. The only time I go down there is to shop and to eat. I don't fuck around with South Beach. I don't fuck around with Miami Cubans. They turn Florida red. They racist. And I tell every group of young kids, do not go down there supporting their business, because they don't fuck around with y'all. They don't like us. Talking about Latins for Trump. Look what he... It couldn't have happened to a better group of people. Fuck y'all. Get the fuck on. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Stand up, Miami Cubans. Stand up and take a round of applause for playing yourself. Oh, you think this is going to only affect those without documents, right? How are they going to know? How are they going to know who is here legally and who is not? Oh, you're going to let them violate your constitutional rights and ask you for your ID? Oh, you think, oh, I'll just show them my ID and they won't bother me, without realizing that is a violation of your constitutional rights. Do you even know your constitutional rights? Do you even know? Or do they just keep you down there in Miami in some of the worst schooling in the nation, and they don't tell you your constitutional rights as they stomp on them? Oh, you think it's going to affect others and not you. It's the selfishness that really gets to me. The selfishness that they voted for this. And I'm not saying that Haitians, Venezuelans, and Nicaraguans, whether they were here legally, voted for this. No. Specifically, Miami Cubans, who were so blatant on the timeline leading up to the election that they wanted this, but you didn't realize how it's going to affect your life, because how do they know who is documented and who is not? You're about to FAFO.
Mi gente. I haven't done one of these in a while. Between the Cuban Adjustment Act and then when they started, when they took away their refugee status, I came on here and I talked about it again, and I kind of make fun of them. But anyway, here's another one for the record. Cuban-Americans, take front and fucking center. Cubans for Trump, front and fucking center. Let's talk about it, because I know you don't want to talk about it now, right? Now you're avoiding me at all fucking costs, right? And I think it's funny, but in the last fucking week, this administration has gone after you super hard. Super hard. Even those that have been in the country for a fucking while are getting detained and being threatened to be fucking deported. And he is coming after you. There goes the fucking articles. Because I know you're going to say I'm lying, but I'm not lying. And if it hasn't happened to you yet, it's just a matter of fucking time. Once he revoked your refugee status for you, Haitians and Venezuelans, right? Now you don't have the protections and that your ass is voted for, right? Do you remember all the videos? Your votes, voy a votar por Donald Trump. Right? Remember that? Remember that? Remember how many of you came to my page to talk shit? Who's fucking laughing now? Who's fucking laughing now? Do you think this would have taught you a lesson for midterms? Do you think it's going to teach you a lesson for 2028? I fucking doubt it. I doubt it. But I hope it does. I told you so. Again, I warned you. Now, here's the funniest thing about this video. This is the guy they call El Funky, and I don't even know who the fuck he is. But as of a few days ago, he was being threatened to be deported. And now, I'm not sure how he got out of it. But look at him. Does he fucking even look like he would qualify to be in the United States under this fucking administration? I think not. He should have known better. But sure enough, I think because he thought he was famous, Trump was going to accept him. And what did he say at your own town hall meeting? I only want you for your vote. Now you see how that works, right? But if somebody knows El Funky, send it to him, right? Because I don't even know who the fuck he is. But good for your ass. Good for your ass. Maybe you'll wake up now. Maybe all of you will wake up now and stop being a part of that colorism that makes you think the color of your skin makes you better than the rest of us fucking Latinos. Who's laughing now? Cubans for Trump.
This message is though for the Cubans for Trump. Actually, for all Latinos for Trump. The Supreme Court just revoked the legal status of 500,000 people from like Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, I think, and then somewhere else. So you guys better start packing your shit because they're coming after you. They don't care that you voted for them. They never cared about you in the first place, dog. We tried to tell you this shit, but you didn't listen. So now they're coming after you. Supreme Court just ruled on it. You guys better start packing because they're going to either leave on your own terms now at this point, or they're going to come after you. You guys are in danger. And you voted for it. That's the crazy part.
So all the Cubans for Trump down in Florida and everywhere else. Trump just had the Supreme Court revoke your immunity. Thousands of you will now be deported, along with several other countries' immigrants. But Trump has literally, first on the list, Cubans. Cubans will be deported because he's taking away your protections that you had because you came from a terrible situation to come live here in the United States where it's wonderful, but you couldn't get away from your communist habits and everything. So you came over here to bring those communist habits and follow the orange crap stain. Yeah, he took them all away, babe. You better start packing your stuff because Cubans for Trump are now going to be Cubans for Castro's son? I don't know. Who's ruling that communist country now? Will it be better for you when you get back? Will he send you back on the same boats you built to get back over here? Because we got to save money. That's what Doge is for. We can't fly you back with military planes. Just saying.
Thousands of Cuban immigrants in Miami are feeling shocked and hurt right now. Many of them supported Trump. They believed he would protect freedom, stand against communism, and help Cuban people escape harsh conditions. Yeah, this is what they believed. But now, Trump's administration just moved to end humanitarian parole for Cubans. That's a program that allowed many to stay in the US legally for safety reasons. And people are saying, wait, we voted for you. Why are you turning your back on us? Why? This program helped Cubans who came here fleeing danger, poverty, or political persecution. It gave them a chance to start fresh, to work, to live safely. But with it now cancelled, thousands could be sent back or face legal trouble. What's really making people upset is how fast this happened. Yeah, it happened so fast. No warning, no real plan, just boom, the policy is gone. And families are scared. Some have kids in school, some are working hard jobs. Now they are wondering, are we going to be deported? This is crazy. On social media, videos and comments from Miami Cubans are going viral, I'm telling you. People are saying, we trusted you, we supported you, and now we feel abandoned. And here is the thing, this is not just about politics. It's about real people, real families. People who risked everything to be in America, now being told, please go back. Go back home. Some folks are asking, is this what we voted for? And it's a fair question. When leaders make big changes that hurt the very people who supported them, people are going to feel betrayed. Yeah. and others are calling this a wake-up call. They are saying we need to pay more attention, not just to the words during campaigns, but to the actions after the election. So it's a tough moment. Nobody wants to admit they made the wrong choice. But at the same time, if people feel used just for their vote, they have every right to speak out. And to me, this shows something powerful. Your vote matters and your voice matters. And if a politician turns their back on the people, those people have the right to hold them accountable. Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about this situation? Was this fair? Do you think this will change how Miami Cubans vote in the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious to hear what people think about this one. So thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.